So Gavin Newsom and the California state legislature just essentially gave the Israeli lobby a say over California curriculum. This was AB 715, and I've got to read you some of the language. On the surface, it sounds great, fighting anti-Semitism, but we've heard that before. So the bill creates a new Office of Civil Rights, and under that, there is an anti-Semitism prevention coordinator. So normally in a civil rights issue, a person is harmed, there's an investigation done, and then there's corrective action taken. This bill takes that way further, but just for Jewish people, not any other marginalized groups. And the primary purpose of the bill is targeting materials. So let me get to it here. So the bill sets up an Office of Civil Rights, which is apparently different than the Department of Civil Rights, and under that is an anti-Semitism prevention coordinator. The governing body knows or has reason to know that materials were used in a classroom or an action occurred that resulted in unlawful discrimination, or knows or has reason to know that professional development materials or services were used that resulted in unlawful discrimination. The bill would require investigation and remediation of the action as provided. Now, you can already tell from the start that this goes much farther than just responding to complaints. The Government Operations Agency, the apparent enforcement arm of this thing, can A, provide education and educational resources to identify and prevent anti-Semitism and other forms of discrimination and bias. B, share relevant laws and regulations with educational state agencies, school districts, county offices of education, charter schools, and community stakeholders. And C, annually submit a report. Now here's the kicker. The bill would require the Anti-Semitism Prevention Coordinator to develop, consult, and provide anti-Semitism education to school personnel to identify and proactively prevent anti-Semitism and to make recommendations. The bill would establish that discriminatory bias in instruction and school-sponsored activities does not require a showing of direct harm to members of a protected group and would not require members of a protected group to be present while the discriminatory bias is occurring for the act to be considered discriminatory bias. And that change, the not requiring of showing direct harm, only applies to cases of anti-Semitism. And it's not if the material itself is discriminatory, it's if they determine that it resulted in another discriminatory action. So if you have curriculum that shows Israel in a negative light, would they not be able to determine that resulted in discrimination? This is why Gavin Newsom drives me nuts. We live in the bluest of blue states, and yet progressivism is largely absent at our state government.